Hey guys, Eric Tyler with Baseball Rebellion. Today we cover this week's baseball youth player to watch, Tate Jones. As you can tell by the video thumbnail here, Tate's a big physical left-handed hitter, and today we're going to take a look at what he does inside his swing that makes him baseball youth player to watch. So the first thing that stands out to me as we get into this, and I'm going to play the video full at first, is how Tate uses his leg kick to develop a sense of timing and rhythm within the swing. And so we'll take a look again. You can see that front knee go up and then gain ground forward as he finishes on his back leg nicely. So let's take a deeper look. This leg kick's a move that a lot of guys struggle to dive in on because they feel like their timing's going to struggle. If you know how to leg kick and you understand how to use it for your timing, you know, it can be a great help for you to get on time more often. You know, the swing and the setup kind of reminds me of Eric HOSMER a little bit, how the bat's kind of facing back, and so you see a little bit of similarity there with him. But I really like how he uses his stride for a little bit of rhythm, a little bit of timing. You don't see it rush down, and so that's another good thing is, you know, you hear get your foot down. Sometimes that crushes your rhythm and timing. He looks like he's at a nice pace to get up and then out into his stride. So he does a good job. Also in his stride, you can see, although his knee's high and he's leg kicking, you can see his back knee is staying inside of his foot, which is huge. We don't want to sway to the outside of our foot. That can cause some massive head movement that can really restrict how well you turn the bat. So he does a good job staying inside of his back foot as he moves forward there. And then as you see, when he lands, he's going to start to rotate his belly open, his knee open, his foot open. So he's starting to rotate his lower half open while keeping these shoulders closed. So he's separating very nicely. And then you're going to see he's going to keep his head right in place here. He's not going to move his head forward from the time his foot lands. So he does a good job keeping his head back in order to get the barrel moving up through contact. You can see in those two clips right there, he's moving upwards through the ball, which helps him drive it in the air. And he's allowed to do that because of his head staying back in the turn. If his head went forward, his hands would end up pushing, and he'd probably end up cutting the bottom half of the ball more often than not. But he does a great job keeping his head back and using that leverage he has with the long arms. The last note here, he's turning so quickly, you can actually watch his back foot, you know, something similar to Bryce Harper or Frank Thomas in the old days. You can see he's actually kicking up dirt, and he's actually turning his hips and rotating so fast that his back foot's actually coming off the ground and gaining ground forward, which allows him to get his knee in front of his face, which keeps his back safe in this finish as he finishes on the back leg, like you see a lot of great left-handed power hitters do. So you see a lot of good in Tate's swing, which is the reason he's this week's baseball youth player to watch. Good luck to you, Tate, the rest of the way. Everybody try to get out and watch him play.